Hi guys, you already know that I am doing my cloud optimizations in the forest. It is just a habit that I have because I can have these habits because I'm not working for anybody. How great is this? So while it is running, I decided to make another video, and this is the opposite of the previous video that I did, and it was about the top advantages of being a digital nomad for your life, for your health. And this video is going to about the top 5 negative things about being a digital nomad, because there are negative things as well. And for me, every negative has 10 positive. But for some people, even just one negative from my list is going to be nah, I am staying in my hometown. And it is completely okay, because we are different. And yeah, let's start the video. The first thing is, and it was an issue with me in the beginning, and I really felt it, it was the inconsistent routine. It is, in my opinion, tough to learn this, and I learned it in a hard way through years. And so it is when you are traveling and working at the same time. The main thing was, for me and for us, because I am traveling with my lovely girlfriend, now my wife, and to explore everything, it is just in my blood. I want to explore everything. And the other thing is that I have to work 10 hours a day on my business. And so how can I do that? And most of the time, I was working on projects on trains, on a mountaintop, at the middle of the night, in a life endangering situation. Now it is that I am working from here, from the forest. It is, for me, compared to those situations, it is the most relaxing situation ever. Those were really tough situations, and it was also because I didn't know what I need to be able to be consistent in my work. And now I am just doing this for fun, working from here. But then I had to do it because I was always kind of late with my projects compared to my taste and preciseness. And I really like to be very precise. And so it was kind of tough situation. And also I wanted to build a quality business, a very high quality business. So these things, but I also wanted to travel the world because I live only once. And man, for the time I realized that I just have to make a schedule for myself where I know that I am going to be able to work at least 8-10 hours a day, and on the weekends I can go kayaking, hiking, exploring, white camping with my lovely wife, and in the evenings we can drink coffee in the coffee shop, and all these things that digital nomads love to do. It was great. And I also realized that I can't really work in these digital nomad cafes. I need my own place, and I think many people don't realize it until they figure it out in years when they are struggling. I needed my own place everywhere I go, because I have to focus. And it might be different for many people, and I also have a work that is very I have to focus to do it well. But so it was very tough, and I highly recommend for you, if you struggle with it, to start to write a journal and write down every day what was causing you stress. And after a month, you are going to figure it out, and you are going to be able to write a completely perfect schedule for yourself. It is important. The second reason is, and it really doesn't affect me, but it is the lack of social relationships. And of course, as a digital nomad, you can meet with new people. Of course, you can meet new people every day, but you will not be able to really form deep connections, because everybody is traveling around the world and going home at some point and all this kind of stuff. So it is important to realize what is important for you in life, because if you want to make these really deep connections, and it is, for many people, it is very, very important. It is much harder when you are traveling the world as a digital nomad. And now They are like these groups and everything who are traveling together, and it might be a solution. It might be a great solution because many digital nomads who are more sociable, they are depressed, they feel down, and even though they are at the most beautiful places in the world, they don't feel those deep connections that they strive for, that they live for. And this is a very human thing to do. And if you're a human, you most likely like those things. And it is, of course, for me also different because now I am traveling with my wife. And for me, that deep connection with her is enough. But of course, for many people, you have to have a social circle of friends and stuff. And this is one of the most reasons why digital nomads leave the digital nomad path, in my opinion. The third thing is something that I fell into so much, and I am still struggling with it. I have to admit, this is the work-life balance. And I mean, when you have unlimited time to work in a day, like 24 hours, many times, especially if you have a business, you are going to work that amount, and because you are passionate about it, but it can lead to severe burnouts. And I had very bad situations when I couldn't continue to work because I was so tired, my brain was frying. And so I still have to figure it out, but I am much better with it, that to find this work-life balance, when you really make like a clear and pretty strict schedule for yourself that I already talked about. But in this is a strict schedule for your work hours, because you can really quickly overwork yourself and then you can't really enjoy the beach, the sunset, the coffee or anything. The fourth thing is that not every country has a great healthcare system. Now, if you came from the part of the world where I came from, you don't really expect much from healthcare. But if you came from like Western countries, the USA and Canada, you expect the best healthcare in the world. And me coming from Eastern Europe, I don't really expect much. But I heard so many digital nomads talking about some countries' healthcare systems and how it is not up to their standards. And it can be a serious issue if you are used to a great, like the world's most efficient healthcare systems. And of course, it was an issue years ago, because now, in my opinion, healthcare and especially private healthcare and these coverages are much better in all of those digital nomad countries. But still, many times you have to travel back home to do some more serious medical stuff, and that can be a negative for many people, as I heard. And the last thing that can be a negative factor, the fifth, is that it can lead to high amount of stress to always traveling. And as it is also a positive for me, because I love to do it and I am kind of also a junkie for traveling. Like if I don't travel, I feel depressed. But for most people, it can lead to serious stress. And especially that you always have to adapt to new situations, which also for many people, it is a great thing and it keeps your cognitive abilities on the top. But for many people, it seems like an unnecessary thing to do and stressful. And in every country, there is a different level of pollution, UV radiation, temperature, diseases, like different amount of population density. And it can be hard for people. And of course, I think many people from the northern part of the world, for example, Southeast Asia is so hot, and many people realize, like many digital nomads, that it is just too hot for them because they came from places where they never felt that kind of humidity and stuff. So this is also the reason why I encourage to travel all of the world, not just Southeast Asia, but go to the Andes mountain range in South America. Go to these interesting places like Georgia or Bulgaria with milder weather, and check out different spots. And in my opinion, everybody has a different idea and ideal situation as for weather, population density, and everything. And if you figure out yourself and what really suits you, you are going to find much easier to adopt to a digital nomad lifestyle. And I think the number one reason why people quit being a digital nomad, because they only travel to a few places, and most of the time just in one region, and maybe they didn't like that region that much, they didn't feel at home, so they go home. But they didn't travel like to different regions and parts of the world. And I highly encourage you to do that, because you might find the place where you really feel at home, and you feel like I could do the digital nomad stuff and travel around this region and explore it. So I hope you like this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. And if you have video ideas, let me know in the comments. Ciao. Let me know in the comments. Safe travels.